heard the replay of the tapes. You confirmed the transcript of the same tape.
Let me just make.
Can you make a comment on this?
Let me just make this observation with respect to the tapes that were played. First, contrary to what the defense had mentioned earlier, these were interviews conducted not on the 19th of January in the evening. The interview conducted by Tina Monson Palma came after that. The interview also, the tape that was played also, Mr. Coco Alcuaz, referred to tapes where I was interviewed on the 19th of January at about 9 o'clock in the evening. But that tape itself was not made or on the 19th of January. The Pulso tape, which is part of the Coco Alcuaz tape, was played or was made on the 19th of January. So I would like to explain why.
Can you please explain?
Precisely these statements were made by me. Right after I stood up at the Senate committee hearing and on my way home in my car, my cellular phone rang. And there was a man's voice at the other end of the line.
Who was
And
that
this person, he did not identify himself to me, Your Honor. But when the call was made, he said very foul language, if I may be allowed at this point in time to quote verbatim, Your Honor. The caller said, "Putang ina mo, maswerte ka na Pangulo na siya ngayon. Kung hindi, pupulutin ka na sa kangkungan." When I arrived home, Your Honor, about 5:30 in the afternoon, we received another call at home. Another call from an unidentified caller. And this time he said, "Putang ina mo, mag-ingat ka." Just before 6 o'clock that evening, Your Honor, Mr. Dante Tan called me up. And Mr. Dante Tan, in an angry voice, said, "Bakit mo naman sinangkot si Presidente doon sa testimony mo sa Senado ngayong hapon?" And I told Mr. Dante Tan, "Mr. Dante Tan, wala akong magawa. I was under oath. Napipilitan lang ako magsabi ng katotohanan." And then Mr. Dante Tan replied to me, "Pero yung tanong naman ni Senator Rocco sa'yo, hindi naman dapat ganun ang sagot mo. Bakit ganun ang sagot mo?" If you look at the tapes, the transcript of the tape of the Senate committee, insofar as the questions of Senator Rocco at that time of the 19th of January, you will see, true enough, Mr. Rocco did not ask me specific questions that would evoke the kind of answer that I gave him during that time. But this was precisely my way of trying to avoid the memorandum order which the President issued on November 17 of 1999, where I felt that I could not violate it because of what I was told was the propensity of the President to do harm if I would disobey his orders. So I only made sure that my statements with respect to what he called me about will only be said in an atmosphere where I had the legal compulsion to say it. And then Mr. Dante Tan told me, "Hindi pwede yan. Mas galit na galit si Pangulo sa iyo. Kaya baguhin mo yung statement mo. Baguhin mo yan." And so that evening, when I was called upon to attend that interview, I had to make those statements that I did. But, Your Honor, this only happened for a few days, because shortly thereafter, when Senator Rocco reconvened or resumed the hearing at the Senate committee at that time, he asked me, on the basis of what you've said insofar as media reports, are you going to change your statements here at the Senate today that you made the last hearing? And I told him, "No, Your Honor, the statements I made at the last hearing were the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and I will not change it, Your Honors."
That would be all, Your Honor.